Good morning! It is time for another quick tour of the garden. I'm scaring off some little yellow finches. Finches love sunflowers and zinnias. So, not a lot has changed since my last tour. However, some things are coming to an end out here in the garden. I'm going to start right down here by the peppers. We have got these beautiful, beautiful Chinese peppers. I'm actually going to be pickling some of these this week because we've got a whole lot of them. And they are still setting buds for new ones there. Jalapenos. The jalapenos are still putting out blossoms, still growing, still producing. Pretty much all of the peppers are. I cannot believe how many peppers in this bed I have gotten. And now look at the Tabasco peppers. Oh my. So I had to pull down the sunshade from the tomato plants because I was needing to get in there. I had some pests arrive, army worms, this week, and so I took down the shade so I could get in there, and I probably won't put it back up, to be honest with you. We've got more of these beautiful vernissage tomatoes. I'm still so impressed with how well these tomatoes are doing and how well they're producing. Alright, so now we are starting to get some blight, some spots on the plants. I think part of that is just the time of year. The tomatoes aren't doing as well as they were before. Probably has something to do with the weather too. It has been extremely wet, extremely rainy, humid, nasty. Basically typical living in Alabama weather. Just saying. Hi, Stumper. Good morning, baby. Stumper. Aww. This week I pulled out the zucchini. I'm going to clean these beds out, weed them and all of that. And I think I will plant some pumpkins in here and see how they do. The candy roaster squash are still producing. We harvested the first ones this week. I have them in the kitchen, and we'll be giving those a try. I love these radish blossoms. I told Mr. Smith, I said, you know, these are worth growing just for these delicate blossoms. They are so pretty, even if you don't like to eat radishes. Look at those. They're gorgeous. The watermelons, my Charleston gray watermelons, are getting pretty big. I'm thinking they might be getting close to harvest time before too long. I don't know yet. We'll have to read up on those. The Chinese noodle beans. You guys, you can't hardly pick these things fast enough. I just came in here 2 days ago and picked every single full-size bean, and look at this. They're everywhere. Check out my little toothache flower. I think I'll have Mr. Smith give these a try. He's pretty adventurous like that. My lovely Moon and Stars watermelon. I think I might have to support these. I don't know. I'm afraid that it'll get too big and fall off the trellis. So I think I might have mentioned that previously in a video, but I think that's going to have to happen. The sweet potatoes are still going crazy, vining everywhere, and I have to keep them in the garden bed instead of the walkway so they don't get mowed. Now, the NT half runner green beans, have really slowed down with their production. There's really only beans up at the top now, except for a couple that I've missed here and there on the plants. And so at this point what I'm doing is I'm no longer picking any beans. I'm just letting them fully develop and dry on the vine so that I can save them for more planting in the future. Seed saving, seed saving. I got some bell peppers growing out here. Now I have to confess, I really struggle with bell peppers. And it could be just because they're out here in the in-ground bed, the new beds instead of the raised beds. All of the peppers in the raised beds are doing amazing. The peppers not in the raised beds, not amazing. If you can see how small these pepper plants are, they're only about 18 inches tall. They've only put out a couple fruit here and there, and that's pretty much it. And the fruit we've gotten are tiny. Those massive pepper plants in the raised bed were planted the same week, within a day or so, of the pepper plants in the regular garden bed. Look at the difference. If you need a comparison of the traditional in-ground garden as opposed to the raised beds, that should do it right there. And that's why I'm going to be building a lot more raised beds this winter. My queen lime zinnias out here in the garden are doing lovely. Absolutely one of my favorites. I think the queen lime zinnias and the mazurkias are my favorite too so far. The Mongolian giant sunflowers have pretty much all opened now. They are lovely. And you can see how the ones that get the most morning sun bloomed first, and then they just kind of staggered across and opened in succession. And yeah, newest to oldest. My lemon queen sunflowers are looking sad now. There's still new blossoms coming up on the stalks, but the top ones, the first ones to open, are looking sad and pitiful. But I just leave those be. I know they look sad, they're not pretty, but the finches love them, and I love yellow finches because they remind me of my grandmother. The okra is still producing like crazy. It was late to start, but now it's okra everywhere. Let's walk out to the duck garden. Good morning, ladies. Stamper, stamper. What are y'all doing up here? There's my pitiful cart. I got new tires for it. I just got to put them on. Okay, out here in the duck garden, I just walked in the gate and I noticed something. That right there is evidence of a pest. And I see it. I can try and catch it on camera. They're quick though. Right back in there. It's a grasshopper. The grasshoppers have found my plants. And I see several of them up here in the loofah. So I guess grasshoppers like loofah too. There's a bunch of them. I see at least 3 or 4 of them. The asparagus bed is really filling up with asparagus. I do have one plant down here though that's not looking very good. I'm not sure exactly why. I'll probably remove this one. But down at the base you can see there's brand new asparagus shoots coming up. And we've got new ones all over the place. I'm really happy to see this getting established. I need to come out here and weed it again though. It is never ending with this. I put weed blocking fabric underneath this bed when I started it, but I'm thinking there may have been seeds, grass seeds in the soil that I bought, because it took no time for this stuff to grow up in here. You may remember how aggressively I pruned back the loofah after I found the army worms and I took the sunshade down. And now you wouldn't even know. So we are still getting Dr. Wykes, or witches, or wish, tomatoes. We are getting some spots happening here a little bit, here and there, on the leaves, the foliage. Now until the plants stop producing, I'll leave them out here, unless they get too awful. But this is living in the South. This is living in high humidity and all of that. It's just something you have to deal with. So out here in the raised bed, where I pulled out all of the dead cosmos and all of that, I planted some sunflowers, and you can see that they are already germinating, and I've got little baby sunflowers, and I need to come out here and chop off this loofah again, because it tries to take over everything. The roselle plants have put up a bunch of new growth, but no more blossoms. I'm hoping to see some more flowers off of these things, because they're taking up a lot of real estate in my raised bed. And the mazurkias. I need to come out here and deadhead these today. I'll do that here shortly. Hopefully it doesn't start raining, it's clouding up. So I've decided that I do like the Persian carpet zinnias. Even though the blossoms aren't as big as I thought they would be, I do think they are very pretty, and I love the variations that you see in the different blossoms. They're very pretty. I love them, and I love the fall colors. These would be a great one to grow in the fall. Ooh, yes, I think I just gave myself an idea. I will plant these late summer every year for the fall colors. There we go. Hi, babies. Good morning. So I'm standing by the ground cherries, and they're hoping I'm going to give them some. Here, come on. So you can see we've been very busy this week, and I have not gotten out here in a couple of days and harvested, as the cucumbers can testify. So we've got some ones that have gotten extremely overripe. You can see by their ugly yellow color, and they get very bitter and awful. Oh, there's a hummingbird. So what we do when that happens, because sometimes you get one that's hidden down in there and you can't find it, and it gets missed until it looks like that. But these guys love them, so they get lots of cucumber treats from time to time. You guys want a cucumber? There you go. I just drop it on the ground and smash it with my boot. And they do the rest. Can't forget the other ducks. Alrighty, so that is this week's tour through the garden. I know it was a little bit short, but I'm kind of pressed for time. Mr. Smith is on his way home from Georgia with Mama. She is coming for a visit, and I'm trying to get everything ready for them to arrive here. So I hope you guys have a great week. If you are new to my channel, I am a blogger. I have blogged for many years at cosmopolitancornbread.com, and on the YouTube channel here I share our homesteading journey here at A Good Life Farm, as well as home cooking and back to basics kind of living. If you like those kinds of things, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the notifications, but honestly they don't always work. YouTube has said they don't always work. And if you want to make sure not to miss anything, be sure to sign up for my newsletter. I have two different mailing lists. One is my regular newsletter, and then I have a second list that just sends out an update anytime there's something new on Cosmopolitan Cornbread and here on the channel. So thanks for watching, you guys. I will talk to you all next time.